Taurus, very warm welcome. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. Those of you that are new here, welcome. And those of you returning, as always, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. So, Taurus, this is an interesting one for you today. This is you versus them. This could be somebody you're estranged from, somebody from the past you've long forgotten, somebody you're dealing with, someone you're temporarily on a break from, someone that's ghosted you. Many scenarios on the table, okay? But let's see who comes to mind, Taurus. We're going to have a look at how you see them, how they see you, your challenge, maybe when you were dealing with them, or maybe your challenge right now, their challenge, and the mutual energies, maybe why you met and what's happening in the connection right now. So let's have a look. Taurus, I hope you're sitting comfortably and chilled. So Taurus, you might have become recently single from this person, or you are single, Taurus, just for a select few, all right? Not a personal reading, remember guys. So that's done. Okay, there was an element of sneakiness, whatever went down, okay? There was the Seven of Swords in reverse, all right? Undercurrent in that connection, whatever that might mean for you, Taurus, or whoever this person might be for you. How you see this person? All right, look, for a select few, you actually do miss this person, Taurus. We got the Five of Pentacles here. But, you know, you might see them as someone that you had to leave out in the cold, okay? Due to maybe sneaky behavior, all right? Like strategy, but with not also great intentions, right? How they see you. They see you as someone that didn't want to move forward, that you didn't want to jump in their chariot, their Jaguar. I think you might have lost confidence due to some kind of deceit. That could be lying by omission, missing out key factors, right? But they see you as not moving forward, Taurus. Or moving on, okay? I'm going to go deeper. I'm going to clarify these cards. Your challenge in the situation was to get to the truth, okay? For somebody, it might have been something legal involved. This could be a doctor, a lawyer, all right? These kind of things. But the challenge in this situation with this person was for you to get to the truth and maybe to stand up for your rights and tell it like it is. Say what you mean and mean what you say. You know, it can be a card of the Queen of Swords, you know, really basing it on facts, no longer on emotion. So you might have had to really switch into your logic with this person, okay? That was your challenge, okay? Their challenge when it comes to you, okay, this person isn't happy, all right? Ten of Cups in reverse. Now, this could be in their life, Taurus. This person is not happy. They haven't found their Ten of Cups, okay? Mutual energies. There was no victory in this situation. Now, if someone's coming with, you know, sinister intent, then of course there's no victory. They don't feel like their game's won. But just the mutual energies, there wasn't a victory had in this situation with this person, okay? So let's go deeper now. Why do they see you? No, actually, you first, Taurus. It's all about you. You see them as either you kind of like miss this person, or you might see them as someone that you had to leave out in the cold. Okay, let's have a look. Taurus. Why is the Five of Pentacles? As how you see them. Why is that here? You had to use your intuition. Okay, you might have. Do you remember what I was saying to you at the start of the reading? There might have been some kind of deceit, all right? It doesn't have to be super sinister, guys, but there was some disingenuous behavior or intent or an agenda in this connection when and whilst you're dealing with this person. And so you really have to, you know, go into your intuition. You might see this person as keeping secrets, okay? Secretive. They see you as not moving forward. Oh, look. They saw it as a beautiful connection, Taurus. But you might be saying, well, Drew, yeah, all well and good. It was a beautiful connection. But you know what? It was deceitful and there were secrets. Okay? But this is just to show you that this person is thinking of you when this reading comes, if you know who this is. Okay? But they saw you as something quite beautiful, an Ace of Cups, maybe something quite pure, all right, that you were offering. All right? Your challenge, okay? Queen of Swords, getting the truth, maybe about a third party, Taurus, Three of Pentacles, not working together, not collaborating, not building as a team. It was a challenge for you, or it is a challenge for you, okay? That challenge, they're not happy. And I think that's in life. I think they're stuck. Maybe stuck in a situation, Taurus. But, you know, It's all gone standstill with you now because maybe you had to switch off from emotions and go into your, your intuition and your intellect with the Queen of Swords, right? And the High Priestess there. Mutual energies. Okay, mutual energies. Okay, this might have been something where you came back together and had brand new starts, and then the same shit would hit the fan with, and there was no victory had in this situation. Okay, what would this person say to you, Taurus, if they had the balls? Okay, what would they say to you? What would be on their mind when it came to you, and maybe this missed boat of a connection or a connection where there is some underlying deceit, okay, on somebody's part here. What would they say to you, Taurus? I don't know the meaning of true intimacy. Into me you see, okay? I'm focused on my career right now. I don't want any distractions. It kind of came out in reverse, and it might have been excuses around work, or I'm working tonight, or something along those lines whilst you were dealing with this person, Taurus. And they also think I hurt you too much, you would never take me back. This is that perspective of you at the time of this reading, Taurus. I hurt you too much, you would never take me back. What would you really like to say to them? Taurus. What would you really like to say to this person, Taurus? I think you would like to say they had an ulterior motive and hidden agenda. I think you're happy when you see this person, or when you saw this person's face, were happy, Taurus, okay? But I think you would also say, hey, look, you took what I was offering over here for granted, okay? I was offering you something like along these lines here. And you saw me as giving it freely, too freely. And I think really this person doesn't know the meaning of true intimacy, and that might have been a big problem in this connection, or is in this connection, okay? Your challenge, is to get to the truth about a third party, or that's what it was, the lack of building together, the lack of collaboration, getting on the same page. That was the challenge, all right? Okay, and you might have put on a brave face or suffered some kind of behavior with this person, Taurus, for quite some time, and you had to put on a brave face, but inside you felt like you were dying, right? If this is making sense. And it was a challenge because you became a bit restless because the goals were different, or this person was restless. They're not happy. This person wants to reach out, but totally unsure of the reception they would get from you, Taurus. This person, I think, they might see what you are offering now, but maybe the damage has been done. That's totally up to you. Once upon a time, you were the best thing that ever happened to me, Anything with you seems possible, And there was a togetherness. So somebody stuffed it up due to deceit, guys. Do you know who this is, Taurus? Lying by omission. Could have had something to do with spreading their energy too thin, maybe in other situations, and weren't giving you enough time. Maybe a bit of breadcrumbing was going on there. This person's stuck in life, Everything's on hold with them. Their happiness is on hold. They might be stuck in a situation that doesn't make them happy, but they can't leave. But they want to reach out to you, but unsure of the reception they would get. Tell me more. Psychologically, who is this person, Taurus? Tell me more about this person, okay? Now, the whole idea about this reading, guys, is just to maybe give you a little bit of validation what you're already intuiting, maybe some closure, maybe some understanding as to what went on, or for some of you, maybe a little bit of sweet revenge, that karma is actually taking revenge on this person and you're not doing it yourself, right? This person might have been a bit wishy-washy and indecisive, okay? And they loved the thrill of the chase, but came across as quite authentic, Taurus. Options open. I'm just wondering whether this person, they were unhappy, and I think they found something with you. Maybe you soothed a part of them, but now they see you as you're not moving forward. You know, some of them might see you as you haven't moved on, Taurus, and you're still open to offering this to them. But just remember that, maybe this person doesn't know the meaning of true intimacy. And if that's what you're looking for, a deep connection, with true intimacy, you've got each other's backs and you have an understanding of each other, you're loving and respectful to each other, then maybe this is not your man or woman, right? But this person seems to have you on their mind. An overall message regarding this situation, Taurus. These are very quick readings today, guys, all right? I hope you enjoy this kind of stuff. Some of you might be going, stuff it, Drew. I've moved on. I don't give a flying about this person. But, it might just give you some kind of closure or any residue there. You might think, okay, all right, well, okay, this could be the one in reverse. Okay, once upon a time, maybe you thought it was the one. And it's time to disconnect from the world, retreat, And I think really what it is retreating from this situation, Taurus. You might have lost passion for this, okay? Some of you might be missing the passion, okay? But remember, that's only one form of intimacy, the physical intimacy. Into me, you see, that's all encompassing. That's actually, loving and respecting. Now you're making love. You're not having sex, right? There you go. A song, okay, that might surround this connection, or you might have heard it, or the lyrics might mean something, the band might mean something. I always introduce a bit of music into my readings, all right? I think it's just a powerful medium sometimes, for healing and stuff. The End by The Doors. I think this is something that has ended, maybe it's just the title, maybe it's the song, or maybe it's the melody within that song makes you feel a certain kind of a way, okay? But that song's actually all about transformation, So maybe some of you have had to transform since this connection. It might have been very beautiful, but there was some form of deceit, lying by omission. But, maybe this person, kind of seeked a little bit of solace with you, Taurus, holding hands in misery, because they were stuck in their life. Maybe stuck in an unhappy situation, but you were offering something quite beautiful there. But they know that they've hurt you too much and you'd never take them back. All right? Something for you to take away from this connection, Taurus, all right, for your healing. Something for you to take away and to consider, something that's really going to boost you, and something that you might have learned during this connection or from this connection, okay? Gut instincts, intuition, knowing, sensing, and trust, okay? Solar plexus, sense of self. You come out of connections like this, the other side, Taurus, knowing yourself a lot better and realizing, damn, I knew something was off and I didn't trust my gut. So it's taught you now to always rely on those little physiological signs that are coming, like the second heartbeat in your solar plexus when something's off. Tune into it. It's there. It's warning you. It's to protect you, right? And maybe that's the reason why you met this person is to have more confidence in your intuition and your gut instincts. Okay. One of these. I'm going to leave you with one of these. Okay. Pass around the smile. Positive message, Taurus. Moving forward from this connection, but this person does have you on their mind, just saying, okay? And they're stuck in life. I think it would be, if you went back, it would be very much the same, Taurus. Believe in yourself. You have the power to succeed just like everybody else does, okay? What is success to you, Taurus? Successful, loving, beautiful connections, successful careers, success in trusting my gut, trusting myself, Very often when you can't trust someone, it means that you don't trust yourself to make a decision, projections, we have all these kind of things going on. But yeah, this person's still thinking about you. there was no success. It might have been a stop start and all these kind of things. Not to say that, guys, just for a select few, you might reunite and have a little brand new start with this person, but it's just a page, right? It's not a king or a queen. So it might be very much more of the same if you do decide to do it, Taurus. This person, likes having their options open. They enjoy the thrill of the chase. They might come across as a bit authentic and these kind of things and get you to trust them. And then they act a bit wishy-washy and indecisive, So they want their cake and eat it kind of thing. But they're thinking about you, all right? And they actually now start to see what you were truly offering, Taurus. So if that's some consolation to you, then great, all right? So look, my name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. If you enjoy the content, please like, share, or subscribe. It means I can continue to do this for free for you. If you want a personal reading, you can reach out at moderntarot.net directly or browse the YouTube Modern Tarot store. And I'll do my best to give you some clarity on your personal situations. In the meantime, Taurus, have an amazing rest of this month, and I'll see you mid-month, actually, for the mid-month readings. Take care. Bye.